Hey everybody, Jay Barino here. Welcome back. Going to be starting some more custom campaign playlists for StarCraft II, and these are Synergy's race swap campaigns. There are 8 of these. We're starting with Wings of Liberty Protoss Edition, which was the first one he's ever made. I have played this in the past on stream, and I played the co-op edition with Grant. So why am I playing it again? Well, I just sort of got a wild hair. I really wanted to play the race swaps. I've been really busy in real life, and they're comfy. They're comfy to me. I enjoy them. But why am I replaying this one, at least, since I've already played it in the past? And that's just because I want to make some comprehensive YouTube playlists for solo playthroughs of them. So let's get started here. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a faction swap, so we play through Wings of Liberty as Protoss. And the idea is simple, but that's not to say that these are not time-consuming and challenging to make. I think that Synergy's done a really good job with these. Synergy played along with Grant and myself. We played the 3-player campaigns on the super hard, unfair difficulties. But anywho, I think he's done a great job. I think, you know, when you do something like this, there's the potential for it to be kind of blah, and I think that he's done just an excellent job. At least for the 3 that I played. I played through Wings of Liberty Protoss Edition. I played through Legacy of the Void Terran Edition, and I played through Protoss Covert Ops? Or Carex? Is it Carex Covert Ops? I think it's just Protoss Covert Ops. I don't remember. But I've had a good time on all of them. It's comfortable because they're missions that I'm familiar with. And for the most part, I jive with them. And there's a neat little twist on them, right? So you have to approach them in a different way than you would have in the past. And I think that keeps them refreshing and neat. Let's wait for some shields. Shield regen by 300% and 1 life per second. So he does regen life. This part's always kind of spooky. I'm just going to go. I'm just going in there. Artan has taken some major heat. We got to reset them and then get him back in. Okay, and they're hitting my guys that are warping in. That's not fair at all, so let's save them. Now, we don't have Hyperion dialogue or pre-mission dialogue or anything like that. It's only the stuff like the cinematics that happen in-game. So I feel like these missions aren't going to take us that long. So I'm probably going to do several missions per video. I don't know. I'm just playing it by ear. I didn't really super pre-plan this series. I just kind of had a compulsion to play these. I really wanted to play them. I said, you know what? Let's go ahead and start recording these. Because I haven't really been sure what other series I want to start lately, especially as we're transitioning out of the Warcraft 3 co-op insane stuff with Grant, which I've had a blast with, but, you know, all good things must come to an end. So let's just start some new / repeat stuff. I guess you could consider this, I mean, this is definitely repeated because I posted the stream VODs that I played and we had the co-op version of it. But, eventually we'll get to the newer stuff. Or maybe I'll transition to something else and then kind of cycle back. To eventually get to all 8 over time. Anyway, it's a plethora of content and I enjoy it all quite a bit. So normally in these race swap missions that Synergy has made, you tend to get new units. Not new units. You tend to get more units. Oh, I think that they're doing... Oh, they're doing big AoE damage to me. Civilians, why? Okay, we should be good here. Ouch. I don't remember what I was saying before the civilians started killing me. There we go. So mission 1. And yeah, as you can see, that was, what, 4 minutes? So we can just go ahead and play the next mission, and maybe the mission after that. What's fun about these that I've played in my experience is that missions that used to be really easy can sometimes be weirdly hard, and then missions that used to be really hard might end up being really easy. I mean, not to say that anything is like super duper hard anymore, because I've played the maps enough. You know, map knowledge is at least half the battle, for StarCraft II, in my opinion. If you checked out my StarCraft II campaign collection playthrough, it's possibly one of the playthroughs that I'm most proud of, because I think I did a great job showcasing those maps in their totality with good strategies and such. Send me in. Look at this. We can build stuff now. Felt like we had some choppiness at the end of that last mission, so hopefully that's not persistent. And we want to go and grab the gas. Can we make stalkers? Yeah, they're on our command card, so it's something we can continue to do. I am gonna get supply block though. So let's head up here and see. Yep, this is all the same. So in general, I think the enemies are gonna have the same stuff as usual. So again, that map knowledge will come in handy, but the tools that we have at our disposal are different. I know. I know. Okay, let's get 2 more gateways. And then we're going to get more when we go and rescue the other guys. So let's just keep making zealots, and then what we will do is go and bomb up to the optional objective. We get a bunch more gateways. Well, I don't know if a bunch. We might get a few more gateways. And then some resources on the ground. So typically I'll wait for like the first attack. It really depends. I don't know if Synergy's made any modifications to the attack waves or anything like that, but I'm going to guess probably not. In general, I think the maps would function exactly the same in that way. Gas me? And as time goes on, I don't know. I've said this in previous series where I'm like, oh, maybe I'll just be a little more chill and, you know, not as much commentary, be a little quieter. Especially because we played a lot of these maps before, but I'm just mostly just playing this to sort of hang out a little bit, you know? But I'm just going to go where my mind takes me. If it's focusing on the maps, it's focusing on the maps. If it's talking about weird anecdotes, it's talking about weird anecdotes. Or maybe it'll just be nothing sometimes. How refreshing could that be? Okay, let's go ahead and go after this. I don't think we have a forge until next mission, yeah. It is fun to think about, you know, what are the types of units that we could get mission to mission? You know, what's comparable to the stuff that we would get as Terran? Good amount of guys here. Help me, uncontrollable besieged Protoss. Okay, great. Rebel scum, that's us.
We serve at your command.
Dominion can go to hell.
Okay, cool. So we got a good amount of stuff. These zealots can absolutely get roasted, though. So do we have enough stuff?
Bad guys are that away.
I'm not sure. This does seem like a pretty large attack wave. I don't know if it's more than usual, though. I don't... Again, I really have no idea if Synergy's changed any of this stuff or not. I think you could talk to this guy about his car?
Go get him.
No, that's a different guy. When you're stuck on Zealot Stalker, I mean, I was about to give advice and then I just completely went against it, which is you focus mostly on Stalkers, and then you just need a couple Zealots, because the Zealots inevitably die, and then you replace them, as opposed to getting, like, mostly Zealots. I guess that depends on the mission, but let's get some more probes just in case. Could also draw out the Hellions. Yeah, there they are. So we don't have an adjutant anymore. And, like, yeah, you could say, oh, it's not a big deal, like, oh, the adjutant doesn't play. Like, to me, I think that's a really nice attention to detail. It's minor, but it's like, yeah, it's kind of neat, because you're the Protoss now, so you don't have a Terran adjutant. You know, it'd be really easy for someone to leave that in there. Keep making probes. And then this bunker. Get in there. And let's go ahead and grab a pylon probe. Pylon probe's always a banger. Every time. We can just draw them to us so that they don't clump up too much while we steadily rebuild stuff. Very nice. Now, you might ask, are we going to get Legacy of the Void tech? Yes, absolutely. That's just something that will come with time. It's not just going to be like melee Protoss tech. We get all sorts of cool stuff. In fact, we get some tech that isn't even there for the original Legacy of the Void. Like instigators, if you're familiar with those are, but I'll leave that for when we get there. I guess I should have built more probes. Yeah, same as like in the normal campaigns, there's no buildable, or there's no researchable stuff besides +1, 2, 3 in missions. I'm just going to let them maybe come and attack us, or what? I guess let's just boop them, bring them in. Because there is still that tank in that base. Yeah, so we can't just bomb in there completely. What we're going to want to do... Yeah, okay, so this is different. Notice, see, there's a tank here, but I think there's still the other one on the right. And there's a devil dog, so it seems like the enemy is beefier. So this was made more challenging. Maybe not, like, super challenging, like way more challenging, but it's definitely been modified at least a little bit. Probably, you know, in thoughtful ways, which is nice. I guess one thing I've definitely been interested in playing is Wings of Liberty Nightmare Edition, which I know Grant had helped plan for. Just sort of things, again, make things more thoughtfully challenging as opposed to, like, here's just more units. But that one seems pretty nice, too. There's a lot of stuff in Grant's campaign manager that really intrigue me. And I think that community deserves a lot of credit, and Grant himself really does, too, because he financially incentivizes people to... Wow, blinked one stalker. He financially incentivizes people through his Twitch Trolls Grant event. That money goes, and he uses it to pay modders to make stuff. And so that's how we've gotten a lot of stuff with that custom campaign manager that they've made. Now, my experience in the past has generally been with custom campaigns that are not the base campaigns modified. Most of the stuff that we get through there is the base campaign modified. And I haven't really explored a lot of those, so I suppose it's about that time we do that. Because in terms of StarCraft II, we've really burned through a lot of the historically created user-made stuff. That's not... My brain is just not... It's not firing on all cylinders right now. All of the original custom campaigns. Maybe not literally every single one, but at most of the well-known or moderately well-known ones we've played, you know, that have been created over the last 10 years. And we've had a great time doing that. I might go back and replay some of them. I've been thinking about going back and replaying Perfect Soldiers, assuming it still works, because that was from 2014. That's a blast from the past to even think about, but that would be interesting to revisit for sure. That would be a real cool one to kind of analyze to see how the creator improved as time went on as well. Pretty neat stuff. Okay, 0 hour. Unfortunately, we just have to... We're sitting and waiting. Everyone's favorite mission. So we get cannons and shield batteries, which can be fine. Also could be bad.
Photon cannons can defend our nexus points, Hierarch. They require only a pylon to function.
Only a pylon to function.
Using the Spear of Adun.
So what I'll do is take my starting zealots, and we can go and kill the initial dudes over here.
Our cannons will now fire upon enemies within range. If they become damaged, the shield battery will restore their shielding.
Okay, so just picking up this stuff is really handy. So, this is a mission I remember I played the first time, and I remember it felt like Synergy made this one, like, actually insane. I don't know if it's been changed since then or what, but we just gotta be real diligent in remaking defenses.
On approach to our nexus, we must rally our defenses.
But at the end, there were, like... The amount of Zerglings that were coming in were crazy. Like, this starting attack right here is quite a lot as well. I can't believe I didn't even think about the amount of enemies that were added to this mission when I was like, oh, did Synergy make changes to these maps in terms of balance? Yes. The answer is absolutely yes. Okay, make a run for it, buddy.
Justice be done.
So shield batteries are nice. The main issue with this map is space. If I remember correctly, it's really space. We're gonna need some stalkers to be able to shoot air, of course.
Hierarch, we thank you for your aid. Allow us to join you in battle.
You know, early zealots are certainly handy. It's just the banelings that eventually come is going to be a problem. So I don't think we want to completely block these areas. We want to leave a semi-opening. Use the zealots to help us out here for now. So don't get me wrong, cannons are good.
Hierarch, we're tracking multiple flying entities heading for our nexus point.
They're just pricey. These extra cannons over here will help as well.
Upgrade complete.
They're pricey, and then you kind of end up path blocking yourself, etc., etc. So it's just deciding how exactly do you want to... That's definitely more mutas than normal as well. Oh no, what have I done? What have I signed myself up for? Okay, now Stalkers, on the other hand, only 25 minerals less than cannons. So maybe it's not the smartest idea to necessarily make units on this map. I don't know. We're going to want a pylon there. Get a pylon on the high ground here to cover this. And we just want to make sure we leave a large enough gap. The biggest issue, I think, are, again, banelings. We could try to target fire them. That's a big ask. But we might be able to do it. Maybe. We'll see. I'll do my best. Let's build a couple more cannons and then build units, because we're going to need to go and rescue the third group here soon. Or second group.
Base is under attack.
So we have a zealot in there. He's blocking my other dudes. There they are. Okay, let's move up here. We can kill this spine crawler before it finishes and hopefully rescue those guys.
Embrace the glory of battle.
Okay, a lot of Zerglings. And let's just make sure we use our Spear of Adun energy.
We serve at your command.
Okay, we're just going to go back the way we came. Now let's start spending our cash. Let's saturate this gas so we can get shields. And we want to have enough cannons in the front that can actually hit things and then put the I mean, the shield batteries can also block. So it's hard to decide how we want to use shield batteries, because you want to make sure as the maximum number of cannons are hitting things as they're on their way in.
Justice be done.
Okay, probably want shields here soon. By soon, I mean now. And then eventually we'll have to be ready to move out and rescue those guys. There's also more resources over here. Now, I can't quick save,
It shall be as you say.
because we're on the arcade. Okay, and then we warping some zealots frantically there. I just wanted to come down here to get these resources. And then leave. Run! Okay, we're back. We're good. And yeah, we can get some shield batteries here. We can block this side, probably. Normally, you can confuse the AI on this side specifically. But the plan is, yeah, I'm gonna fill in with, like, basically as many cannons as will fit through all of this. see some mutas. And every time we get a little more cash. Now, the thing is, these shield batteries, as they run out of energy, they basically become worthless. That's the thing. Like, you can spend the 100 minerals on them, but, you know, how worth it is it to have them?
The power cell is active. The spear's sensor array is reacting.
And then what we can do is maybe build a wall at the top of this ramp, because I feel like inevitably we're going to have to fall back. Almost definitely going to have to fall back. Move? Jeez, okay. You can see, yeah, the amount of Zerglings here is like way higher. The nice thing is we don't have to really pay for... we don't really have to pay for pylons, which is real handy. Let's just pull these to us. And I will go ahead and grab some more gateways as well. And we're going to want to throw down some cannons in our base. Okay, just ignore that spine. Okay, we're fine. We're good. Here. Now we can start walling ourselves in. That side's doing okay. And again, eventually there'll be drop pods up here. I don't think we're going to need like a ton of cannons, but we're going to need some up here. Because there are random drop pods everywhere. Again, I actually sort of think that like mass cannons here isn't that bad. I mean, it's hard as you lose layers of cannons. It's hard to get units back out. To get probes through to rebuild them, but you know, as long as you have some alive, then eventually, you know, you can kind of fall back and fall back and fall back and fall back. 6 minutes. I do know. I think Synergy probably made this harder because this mission does have the reputation of being like way too easy. But again, those banelings are where things kind of get dicey. Okay, and you know we can lay pylons down here with the intent of eventually closing this off completely, but not yet, because we want to be able to retreat our units through here. Could I fit a unit through? Well, we can do it like this. Banelings! I mean, there's really not much you can do about that. Marines, we could maybe target fire a little bit with Stalkers, but I don't really know how,
We're almost finished, Hierarch. The Spear of Adun is nearly online.
How useful that would really be. 4 minutes. So I could just keep building cannons down here. Alternatively, we can start building a line at the top, knowing that we're going to eventually have to fall back. I'm going to build one more cannon down here and then another pylon here in case this one goes down, and then start building a fallback position because I feel like we're going to need it. We could also just start building more units, but at the end with the banelings that come in, they're definitely going to get through. But we did get our stranded Protoss. You'll love to see it. And what we can do is save our energy and just plop down a pylon there to close it up once we retreat through it. That was a large attack. Again, we can't get in there to rebuild our defenses, so we just have to let them kind of get through the layer by layer. I did get all of the resource pickups, though, so it's not like I could somehow have a better income than I do right now. Maybe building probes faster? I don't know. Two minutes 45.
Base is under attack.
Just keep building stuff out here. Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought I built a cannon in there just for that purpose. All right, here comes the flood. So I'm gonna close this up. Oh gosh, feels like my audio channels are getting messed up. A minute 44. And again, in my opinion, the hardest part to deal with is like the Zergling flood, but we seem to be in okay shape. This side will break through, which means these enemies can start attacking these cannons on the other side. If this pylon cooldown comes up, we put one right there just to help with banelings. Like that. So they can't break through the front like that easily. And don't worry about that. I think, yeah, we definitely have this. I remember, again, the first time I played this. Well, I don't know. Now I'm not so sure.
The enemy is breaking through. We must hold.
24 seconds. The real question is, do they have the capability of destroying literally everything in 10 seconds? Probably not.
Transfer completed. The Spear of Adun is ready to depart.
So this is an example of something where, again, it's been made way harder just at the end here. There's a lot more mutas. That end attack is a lot more difficult. It feels bad to lose on a defense mission when you're right at the end like that. I do appreciate that this mission's been made a little harder because it's typically pretty boring, but you can also play it where you go out and you destroy the Zerg, so that keeps things pretty interesting in my opinion.
Templar, initiate dimensional recall. Get to safety, now!
I think maybe we just needed more cannons on that left side to kill the incoming mutas. We might have been able to hold that ramp. I don't know. A little spooky. Just a little spooky. 28 minutes? Is this about how long we want these missions to go? I guess this is fine. I don't know. I have no idea how this series is going to go. Some are going to be longer, some are going to be shorter. But thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.